Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Historical Humans Reacts. And on today's episode, we are talking about dinosaurs or sea monsters. I don't know, Aaron. You want to help us out here?
It's not a dinosaur.
It's a plesiosaur. That's close enough.
I
It's
see
literally,
soar.
it's
I
not.
think it's a dino.
Dinosaurs are anything that lived on land that did not fly or lived in the
What
ocean.
about pterodactyls then?
That's not a dinosaur. That is a
Oh my
pterosaur. It's
god,
a
you are getting
flying reptile. I didn't make
you
this my hyper focus from fourth
you
grade to
you
sophomore year for nothing.
you're getting you're getting so down the nitty gritty. You're forgetting why we're here, which is, and can we cue "In the Arms of the Angel," please?
In the
Just
arms of the air.
stop before the
It's,
copyright kicks
hey,
in.
it's bad
Uh,
enough that we won't get copyright claimed. I'm telling you.
yeah. uh, to help save this now extinct creature from destruction.
A second extinction of sorts.
Yeah. So what has happened is there is there's something called the Etches Collection in Kimmeridge, uh which is currently asking for uh public aid and for fundraising efforts to help them save a 150 million year old plesiosaur fossil that has been partially uncovered uh, in a cliff above a beach in Dorset.
Hey, that's in
Um,
England. You want to know
yeah,
what else is in England? The British Museum.
yeah,
No, but this
uh,
is an
yeah.
interesting example that was discovered in 2022 by a fossil enthusiast named Philip Jacobs, which then led to an excavation. Fun fact for most people, a lot of major discoveries are found by the everyday person or by the avocational person doing additional research.
Yeah.
And they report it to the proper people.
It's insane what happens then, Aaron, isn't it?
If they report them to the proper people.
Which this has been done, and what has happened is we have the museum has recovered a plesiosaur skull, but they are worried that they're going to lose the rest of the creature due to erosion, which is shall we say, rapidly increasing in the area. Um,
It's almost as
and,
if our climate is changing before our very eyes.
yeah,
God, I hate when that happens.
yeah.
Uh,
Uh, Another interesting thing is there is some debate as to whether or not this particular specimen is a plesiosaur or something else that is hitherto unknown. Because the plesiosaur skull features a large head crest, which is not typical of plesiosaurs. But we have no idea what else it could be, and without the rest of the skeleton, we never will. So the museum is more or less pleading with the public and anyone who will listen to give them money to dig it out of the rock face.
hey.
It's funny how that keeps happening.
This unfortunately is a very real issue that is happening and that causes a lot of issues with sites like this, especially in the UK, but all over the world, where these magnificent discoveries are just being eroded out of the cliffside. Here, it's due to this to the ocean and to the water, but like Russia, they're having that issue with it melting out of the permafrost. I know Finland and Alaska also have similar things. I assume Canada does too. But a lot of times, these sites are at risk just due to natural climatary effects on the landscapes.
Yep.
And this one's kind of badass because Sir David Attenborough also investigated it.
Yep. Yeah, and this is it feels like such a shame to let something that was important enough for for Sir David Attenborough to have a like whole documentary on to not actually get investigated beyond the initial discovery.
And it's finds like this that are so significant that it cannot be understated no matter how much you try. A discovery of this magnitude, and especially in this level of completeness, like you are able to see this most complete fragment, and the fact that it has that cranial ridge doesn't mean that it's a different subspecies or a different species of plesiosaur. It just means that this is one of the most complete skeletons we've ever found, and this is 150 million years old.
Yeah. And we kind of want to get the rest of it out there because assuming this is a plesiosaur, or even assuming it's not, the rest of its body should probably be in hopefully near as good condition, being part of the same site.
Can we just stop for a moment and talk about 150 million years?
Yep. Yeah, that's right. This is
Yeah.
a Jurassic animal.
And the
Look at
fact
it.
that it is in such good condition to the point where they are trying to excavate it, like the fact that this museum and this Dr. Etches, who runs the Etches collection, which makes me think it's a private collection, but I digress. It
Yeah.
is something that holds a lot of importance. And the
Yeah.
fact that the excavation was conducted on ropes on the side of a cliff, I don't know about y'all, but if an archaeology excavation required me to rappel down a cliffside, I don't know if I could do it.
Ah, come on, it'd be fine.
I maybe would think the Indiana Jones theme song in my head the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
God, it's just a little. It's just a cliff. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, I did take a rock climbing course in high school, so maybe that would finally come into play, but to be able to conduct an excavation like that, and the image is kind of cool because it also shows the spoil pile. I know paleo is a lot different from archaeology, so we're kind of speaking out of our depths here a little bit, but it is within the same vein. It is still close to home.
yeah. So yeah, and a little thing with this too. So the museum is called the Museum of Jurassic Marine Life,
Okay.
and it started off as a sort of mom and pop private collection of just fossils people had found, and has since expanded into becoming an actual museum
That's
uh,
awesome.
with an actual public museum with like actual people with doctorates being involved.
But obviously, they still struggle with funding, as do many great institutions.
Yeah, this being a
Okay.
smaller one is it. They probably barely had the money to get the skull from the first excavation, much less dig the rest of the skeleton out.
That's kind of something people both in the field and out of the field may not realize is just how expensive it is to run some of these excavations.
Yeah,
But yeah, this was an interesting one, and even though it is not quite within our wheelhouse, it is still historical, and it is something important to talk about, even if it's not quite humans. But
yeah, but
you know,
it's a museum asking for help to save a to save an artifact, and that's something important to take note of.
and if you are paying attention in the future, there may be a prehistoric humans at some point, but that's further down the line. And we'll wrap up the episode there on that cliffhanger. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a comment down below, leave a like, and tell us if there's a topic you'd like us to cover, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.